Alright everyone, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Now I have an appointment in exactly 2 hours, a doctor's appointment that I have to go to. So I have to go to the doctor. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. I'm healthy. Don't I'm not going there because it's a big deal. Mostly just checking something with my ear. It's happened before. Not a big deal. Don't worry. So thankfully I'm healthy. I'm grateful for that. But anyway, because of that, it's in exactly 2 hours. So we should finish this within an hour and 20 minutes. Because it'll take me about 20 minutes to walk over to the hospital. It's not really a hospital, but it's more like a doctor's office kind of thing. I don't know how to really explain it. So ideally, I want to be finished within an hour and a half. It shouldn't take us that long to read 2 chapters because we're going to be reading the Book of the Single Truth, which I believe is that's the name of this chapter, an interlude. And then I'm going to go to the doctor, and then I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing after the doctor's appointment exactly. But yeah, basically, confession will come after, at the very least. I'll be recorded, but I've said this before, confession will be recorded as a separate video with a whole new fresh mind, basically. So I was never planning to read these next 2 chapters and then confession all in one sitting. Confession will be read in one sitting as its own video, so don't worry about that. Alright, now let's get to this chapter, the Book of the Single Truth, and let's try to be done within the hour. Or at least within the hour and a half, I guess. Congratulations, says Erica. At last you made it. To the full stop of your life. Alright, Erica. The book, or the crystal is finally off the seal of the book. You can now open it, and you'll be the first to read it, as according to Burns Red Truth, you'll be the first to read it. Now you only have to take that key to Lady Burn Castle. Her cat familiar will show you the way. There it is. There the one truth, the single truth that you long for awaits you. I see. Then I'll go and have a look. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's been only a short while, but it was fun. It was precious time that taught me that we hold the same disgust for your family. Okay, Erica. Same here. But next time we meet, tell me beforehand if you get served a horrible black tea again. Dang, roasted. Are you happy now, Angie? Says Evatice. Oh. To finally get to know that secret I maliciously kept during all those 12 years. Yes, I'm happy. Huh. Now I finally understand how Erica feels. To reveal your toward the force of murder that you protected until your death. I think I'll enjoy returning all those blows. So this all feels good to you, says Evatice. It more or less evens itself out. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, look at her face! Angie, man. Can't you see? There's a reason why Evatice didn't want to reveal the truth to you. There's a reason. When I strip Angie, this is the path that you chose. You're no longer 6 years old, but already 18, says Evatice. Look at the way she looks older. You have to choose how to live your life on your own. Her face, though. Man. She's like, I tried to raise you during those 12 years. You really care too much, Oba-san. I will take a look at how the ceremony is proceeding. What about you? We will soon go to war, so I'll head for the ship. Alright, time for war, says Erica. I shall bring back Beato's corpse as a little present. Then we can make a party out of disemboweling her. I already secured her hide for myself, so we can stuff and display her. Dang, alright, Erica. Erica wants to do some brutal things to Beato. So this is the end of the tale of Rokkenjima, wrapped in the veil of mystery. That means an end to you as well, as a piece as well, doesn't it? The same goes for you. The role of a piece is to stay loyal to their role until the end of the game. It is not our place to think about what happens after that. True, true. Let us enjoy the time we have left together. And they're bowing, okay. Chapter 24, the Book of the Single Truth. Alright. Let's get to it. Okay, back to the real world. I say real world, but you know what I mean. Away from Fantasyland. Here the guests arrive. Alright. Oh, hello, Professor Otsuki. Oh, there's Otsuki. Oh, it must have been since the last Rocket Mystery Convention that we met. We have to do that again. With this topic, there is never enough to talk about everything. Recently I found somebody with a most fascinating interpretation. Yes, we have to meet again. Oh yes, that person seems to be amazing. Today just overflows with reporters. Well, the Rockinjima mystery has become such a large movement. You could call it a social phenomenon, but today is something even more special, right? But is it really true? Does this diary of Ishirome ever really exist? For something like that to be made public? Well, I also only heard rumors that she secretly wrote down the truth of Rockinjima. I heard that some collector from Dubai offered to pay $10 million for it. Woo! That's awesome. It just proves the fascination that comes with the Rockinjima mystery. So the diary is currently held by the great Ito Ikikuro. That forgery author who is rumored to have arrived at the real truth. But have you heard that the great Ito Ikikuro... There she is. The great Ito Ikikuro is actually the mystery writer Hachijo Toya. Wow. Woo. She comes out. Should zoom out a little more to see the full panel. Indeed, I am Hachijo Toya. You refused to appear at any signing events in the past, going so far as to cast a body double. So what made you change your mind so far that you agreed to go public? The legend of the Witch of Rockinjima has given life to endless tales. So if you think about the meaning of lowering the curtain on something as such, I felt it was my duty, as the one who started all this writing, to show respect by revealing myself. You, in the role as a forgery writer, have claimed on the internet to have found the truth. Does that mean that you have already taken a look at the content of the diary? Very, very soon, it shall be made public for all of you to see. Is there any assurance that the content of the diary is actually the truth? There are people who claim that it could just be a one-sided personal record of events. No, I assure you, in red, the truth is written down in this diary. Whoa! We will now end the interview with Hachijo-sensei. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we thank you all for coming today. How can you be able to claim that it is the truth? Do you have any kind of connection to somebody involved in the incident? After this, there's the book. We are planning to move on to the photographing session of Ishirome Eva-san's diary. She holds it. With this, we are closing the interview session. Hachijo-sensei, just a word about how you obtained the diary, please. So how much do you actually know about the true culprit? We would like to ask everybody to move over to the convention hall. Toya walks over. Hachijo. Alright, not really Toya, but Hachijo at least. There's those guys. There's some cats, I guess. Cat servants, things. I don't know. Oh, here comes Burn. They showed some enthusiasm. Was it fun? It's tiring, but not necessarily bad. Nevertheless, this diary is heavy. I will go to the waiting room to digest all that excitement for now. She's giving it to Burn. So I will borrow this. I promised Angie that I would show it to her first. Then do as you please. Okay. She walks off. Burn is going as well. Here's Angie. Angie's waiting. Waiting to get picked up by the cat. Isn't the cat supposed to... Oh, no, I guess Burn meets her directly. Sorry to keep you waiting. See, I brought it with me. The Book of the Single Truth. Can I touch it? So this is Eva Obasan's diary. Yes! In there, all that you ever wanted to know, even if it meant trading in your life, is written down. There it is. You have touched it. What happened on October 5th, 4th and 5th in 1986? Oh, Angie. The truth. Look at her face. Yo. The explosion accident. You do have the key, right? She does have the key. Okay, she's taking off the key from her neck. She's holding it. Okay, there's the lock. No need to hurry. You may open it whenever you have prepared yourself. Are you sure you're ready for this, Angie? Oh, she's with the key in the lock. In there lies the terminal stop of my 12-year-long journey, full of hardship and pain. I lived on to get this into my hands. And now that I have it, I can finally go to the land of death where everybody's waiting for me. At this point, I have no more regrets. There is no need to hesitate anymore. And her family's behind her here. Dang. But she's gonna open it. No hesitation. So why now, of all times? Look at Battler smiling. Haven't I decided a long time ago? Decided that nobody will ever come back alive? Decided that no matter how bloody and cruel truth may wait for me, I will accept it? There's Rudolph and Kiria. Weren't these 12 years enough? That I want these useless days of tears and dirt to continue? Dang. Even now that I stand before my executioner, I don't seem to have the power to throw away that sweet hope for the miracle. I could just puke. She's unlocked it. There are the graves behind her of her family. It locks open. Alright. Now that you have made your choice with that key, a part of its magic is lost. What magic? Didn't Battler tell you that you are unable to hand this key over to anybody else? The magic of giving you a choice has now outlived its role and vanished. Now this is but a simple key, with no use but to open and lock this diary. I see. So it is useless now, right? Can I have it then? Says Bird. I will lock it once more after you have read it. I want to have a proper ceremony when opening the lock at the party. Right, so she's saying that now anybody can open the book since Angie has made her choice. Now even Byrne can use it to open the book. Because before, only Angie should have been able to open the book because Patrick gave it specifically for her. I'll lock it once more after you have read it. I want to have a proper ceremony when opening the lock at the party. You will die now anyway, so it's okay, right? Do with it whatever you want. I don't care about anything that happens after I've gained the truth. Then, off you go. Before the courage to know the truth might accidentally leave you, right? She's about to take it in. And there's the book. She's holding the book. Ready to open it, Angie? One deep breath. No, I have already gathered my resolve long ago. I would only look foolish if I let my heart grow any more hesitant about this, so farewell everyone. She's about to open it. I will come to you soon anyway. So tell me, what happened on Rokkenjima on that day? Ooh, I write this down in order to forget. No, I might write this down because I actually don't want to forget. Ah, the reason doesn't matter in the end. If I don't spit out everything about that day, I might just go insane. This is Eva's writing. Look at her eyes opening. Whoa. The truth is coming in at her. There's Maria. There's the cousins and Shannon. The chapel. Rudolph. Kitty, I guess. The gold. Yep, the Anchester gold. The chapel. The clock. Tick-tock. Ooh, some card. There's Rudolph and Cross. Is this the card? Wait! Isn't this the card that Beto held? Like in the episode 7 Tea Party? Wait, what? Yeah, that's Beto in the bed of the gold. There's nothing to Eva. Wait a minute. This is exactly how the episode 7 Tea Party went. So you tell me that was the truth? The episode 7 Tea Party is how it all really went down? Yeah, no, that is how Nazi got shot. That is a brutal way to die, by the way. Shot through the eye. Yeah, so this is the episode 7 Tea Party, straight up. Eva shot her accidentally, I guess. Then Cross got killed. It's past midnight. There's just a family panicking. There's Rosa. Oh! Who's this, Hideyoshi? Hideyoshi's dead. I think this is Rosa's time because... Oh! Is Eva dead? No, wait. Eva got shot, but she didn't die. Right. Right. She didn't really get shot. Just the sound of the shot scared her so much that she went unconscious. That's how the tea party went, right? Have heard this? Oh yeah, this is George. Summer before. Oh, even Angie's recognizing this. Where's Angie at? Have heard this summer before. Where does she say I? She must say I at some point, right? What happened to Okajima on that day? She opens it and it's straight up the events of the episode 7 tea party. I can't believe. So the episode 7 tea party is the truth. I have heard this somewhere before. Yeah, there's Rudolph. Holy crap! And Kirya! No way! I told you countless times that there was no Game Master. No way! This is all truth in red. That is the truth! It was Rudolph and Kirya? It's said in red. Wow! But Byrne did say this is all truth is not necessarily so regarding the episode 7 tea party. So I'm guessing the episode 7 tea party is true, but I guess Byrne embellished it a little bit. Oh wow! Oh, that's crazy! It makes sense. I've always said this. It makes sense if Kirya and Rudolph really were the culprits because it completely makes. I mean, if this was 70 part, it was true. Because then it completely explains why Eva acted that way in the events after the Rock and Jima explosion accident. Nah, it makes complete sense to me. And it makes sense why Batman doesn't want to show Angie what really happened. And Angie even said that that was the worst possible truth that could have been the case, that her parents were the culprits. That was what it said at the end of episode 7, right? At the tea party. She said that the episode 7 tea party is the worst possible truth that could be. Now Angie's learned the truth though. I guess that's the truth. I guess. There's Angie. Ooh, bang. What's going on? Oh, all right. The book ate her arm. I mean, yeah, it's time for you to die, Angie, because now you open the book and learn the truth. There goes her arm, though. This is the truth of Rockenjima. Who are these two? I don't know. The book continues to eat her up. I won't accept it. Oh, come on. I thought you had the resolve to accept it. No matter what kind of truth it was supposed to be. There's Kirya, Rudolph, and Batter. It's all disappearing. You say you won't accept it. This is the truth we're talking about. XXXXX is the culprit in red. But Burncastle already denied it. This just has to be some random ramblings, right? I won't accept it. I won't accept it. This is just something to confuse and ridicule me. So, are you telling me, Angie, no matter what truth you get, you're not gonna accept it? XXXX and XXXXXXX killed XXXX. They also killed. Do I have to do this? 5 X's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 X's, and 6 X's, and 7 X's, I believe. They killed a lot of people. All right, they killed George, and yeah, I won't accept it. I won't accept it. I won't accept the truth like that. I won't accept it. I was ready for whatever gruesome way of killing my parents that Dario has described. I planned to accept that. But you won't accept this. In red, no matter if you accept it or not, the truth will not change in red. Because this is the single truth that was already proven by the red truth. man, Angie, maybe you should have listened to Batter if you're not gonna accept this. I won't allow this! I will never go along with this! You're getting eaten up now, Angie. You chose to want to have the truth revealed to you, and you won't accept it, huh? The red truth is certain? That is your kind of certain, right? It's not my understanding of certain. I won't let my truth be stained by something like this. Calm down, Angie. You were the one who wanted to know, right? My truth is that Eva Obasan is the culprit. Eva Obasan killed them all. It's all her fault. Papa and Mama and my big brother, they're all just victims. None of them is to blame, right? Right? And she's coping hard. Yo. Your auntie will always be at your side, Angie. Ah, now I understand those words. Yes, Eva Basan, you are the culprit. It has to be that way. It's me who's right. The world is weird for not accepting that. It's broken. Holy crap, look at her crash, man. I refuse the red truth. I refuse the whole world. Really? Then show me a red truth that only you can write. But how could a human ever write the red truth? I can! I will show you a red ink that only humans can write with. I am right. The world is wrong. The agents are coming through the rooftop. There's spatters in Angie's family. I will write it down for you. My own red truth. Don't ever think that I would accept the truth of your world. And she leaps off. She doesn't want to accept this. And she takes the massive leap off the both of the skyscraper and of the city of books. And Byrne laughs, or smiles at least. Do you really have the resolve to know the truth? You didn't have it in the end after all. That resolve. I guess she didn't. Oh, what a bunch of fools. Did they think that somebody could go unharmed after falling from such a height? A safety net? Do you think that something as thin as a safety net could actually save a human being? As the Witch of Miracles, I, Byrne Castle, assure you that a miracle like that will certainly not occur. Yushima Angie definitely dies in 1998, she says in red. As a result of Eva's death, Yushima Angie takes off on a journey to learn the truth in 98. And then definitely dies in 98 as well. Oh, there's Kirya's sister. What was her name again? Kasumi? I only remember her name because I knew that her name, she shared the name with Kasumi from Persona 5. Otherwise I probably would have forgotten her name, I'm not gonna lie to you. Batter tried with so much effort to keep you from arriving at this unhappy future. It was all just a useless struggle. There's Angie and Featherwheel, or Hachijo. Ito Ikikuro. Goodbye, have a nice day, she says. Ooh, splat! Oh, she splat to the ground, and that seems like she's pretty dead to me. Ooh, that's a brutal corpse. Yo, hey yo, YouTube, will you allow me to show this? This is it's a crazy visual. She's gotten. Ooh, now I'll say it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll say it like this. She's become the honored one. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say. Even though this happened long before the honored one happened. But if you know, you know. That's all I'll say. Split in two. From the torso to the legs. Split in two. She is dead. Can that really happen, by the way? If you fall from that height? Is that a realistic way to die? Like, that you're split in two like that? Like, my image of someone falling from a skyscraper and dying isn't this, at least. Like, I'm imagining not them getting split in two like this. I mean, I'm imagining more that, like, their body's crushed, right? Like, her head is crushed, and then her torso is all crushed, and her legs are crushed. I don't imagine it splitting in two like this, and then the rest of her body seems pretty intact. But hey, it's magic. Don't think about it too much. I don't know. Well, I've actually never seen a body fall from a skyscraper, so I actually don't know how it's. I don't know. That's actually, like I said. She seems pretty dead to me, though. Eva teacher closes her eyes. She's pretty dead. This too is part of your choice, Angie. Yeah, she chose this. I tried to keep you alive, but you never actually tried living past the time when you were 6 years old. So this is just you taking 12 long years to return to your starting point in the end. Rip. Yeah, she's dead. You were able to die, but that does not immediately mean that you will be welcomed into heaven with all the others. Remember, you ended up here by rejecting all of them being in heaven. See you in hell. No, this was probably already it, says Eva TJ. Farewell, Angie. Oh, and her hair, like, piece thing that Battler gave to her as a gift. Even that's been broken. There's Burn. Oh my, Eva TJ. Just the one I was looking for. You have orders for me, my master? Wagaruji. Haruchi. Would you be so kind and help my kittens clean up the meat scraps around here? I will quickly give this back. The book? Right. What should we do with her remains? Just throw them all into the ocean of nothingness. In order to expose a way to this disembowel Beato, she was put into a loop countless times and made a piece again and again. But now she has completely outlived her usefulness. Okay. I see, my master. Wagaruchi! Yeah, okay, they're putting her corpse. The cats and Eva teacher are putting her corpse in buckets. And I guess they're gonna throw it in the sea of nothingness. Make sure to clean up the blood, the remaining blood as well. It's gonna be tough to clean up. Even if you lose your name, your goal, all the memories in your soul, keep searching for that answer you desire and suffer to your heart's content, says Burn. Alright, they're throwing her remains into the sea of nothingness. And Eva teacher picks up the hair thing, the hair piece. I don't know what it's called, but hair piece. It's kind of like held her hair in a not really fully pig hairstyle. What is it called again? Pigtails, I should say. Pigtail hairstyle. Not fully, but kind of a little bit. At least some strands of her hair were pigtailed. Get cast away to the deepest depths of oblivion until you vanish buried under dust. For all eternity! Oh, and even, okay. I have a teacher even threw the hairpiece out. Okay. Alright. Into oblivion. And into oblivion the chapter ends. Alright, next chapter. How much do we have? Okay. We've only taken half an hour. Good. Next chapter. Interlude. Interlude to the confession. Good. Okay. We'll read this chapter. Hopefully it takes us half an hour and then we can... And then I can end this video and go to the doctor. I can hear it all the time. What is this sound? This is Battler, right? Wait, well, pause. This is... Well, you'll see. Well, you'll see what I mean. I didn't mean to say that, but you'll see. The sound of rain? How long have I been here for? It's pretty obvious, though. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You'll see what I mean. I'm pretty sure I even theorized this at the time in the visual novels, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. Come on now. How long have I been here for? There's a car approaching. Okay. The art is a little bit off here, but okay. Some steps out of the car. That looks like let's see. That looks like Toya to me. Is this your garden? This person is in rough states. If this is your garden, I should be the one apologizing. I see. One wants to take an afternoon nap and dress up in such a wonderful garden on a day with such nice weather. Can't you see, bro is friggin' dying? But if my memory doesn't fault me, yeah, that is Featherine or Hachijo. But if my memory doesn't fault me, this is a national public road. This is not his garden. Do you want to be turned into mincemeat that badly? Hey, yo, help him out instead of talking in riddles like this. Or have you already been minced? Whatever it is, I wish he would tell me. Whatever it is, okay? I see. So you're not mincemeat, yeah. He's still alive. Okay, she is dragging his corpse. Okay, she's gonna help him out. Cool. Interlude. Hachijo Ikiko. Yeah, that. I've already revealed this before, but her name is Ikiko, not Toya. I mean, I've said this once before, but yeah. Alright, back to this place. Okay, he's almost completely wasted away. Why is the art so weird? Is that just me? Beyond that, the probability of memory impairment is quite high. I can't know any further without a CT scan, but it is also possible that the brain has been damaged. But it merely seems to be damaged and overall he seems fine. If he had kept lying there, it wouldn't have ended up this well for him though. You saved him, the Ikiko, Federine. So, at any rate, I advise that you should have him looked at in a bigger hospital. Thank you, Doctor. I would like you to keep this case a secret. Oh, just like Nanjo, just like Beato and Nanjo with Kinzo. This isn't much, but please accept it as a travel compensation for your house call. I won't reveal this to anyone, but I simply cannot accept this money, he says. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, alright. Oh my, you've woken up. How are you feeling now? He has woken up. I am Hachijo Ikigo, he says. Can you just call me Ikigo or stay formal and say Hachijo-san? You can just call me Ikigo or stay formal and say Hachijo-san. I don't mind either way, she says. Hachijo Ikigo. Around these parts, the Hachijo family is quite well known as big landowners, but compared to the good records of my big brothers, I am a little weird and have had a few slippages. Okay. I have done quite a lot of wrong things, so I've long lost my parents' grace. They've given up on me. They basically keep me confined to this place now. My hobby is reading and writing mystery and detective novels. My age is a secret, and I am single. My age is secret is funny. She was always like, in the visual novel, she was always like, oh, you think I'm young? Yatta! Yay! She was always really happy whenever someone called her young or praised her for her youth. She was big obsessive about being young and everything. And to be fair to her, she does look young. Like, she does, obviously, she looks young, right? Like, she doesn't... She looks like she's in her 30s at most, right? So and I would say that's young, right? Like, she's in her 30s, that's the... She could also be in her 20s still, right? But based on her appearance, she's not in her early 20s at least. She will be in her late 20s. So, and again, I'd say that's young, right? At least, I don't know, she looks too mature to be in her early 20s, appearance-wise. I might be getting tricked by the way she talks, though. Like, she does talk like a more mature woman than a woman in her early 20s, but I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I would assume she's in her early 30s, though. Maybe late 20s. Who knows? Anyway, my age is secret, and I am single. My heart is that of a young girl, but I'm already approaching an age where it's just kind of ridiculous to say that, she says. Hehehehe. Okay, I remember this from the visual novel. Alright, well then, what is your name? My name? My name? Name is... My name is... I can't remember. There's Hachido. I can't remember. Even though I understand logically that I have a name, I can't recall any more than that. I am human. My head and my heart, they're torn up as if they're mincemeat. I can't remember anything. Who am I? I don't understand, but I had some kind of mission, or a goal, I think. So, do you remember anything else besides your name? The back of my brain feels numb. Who am I? Where was I born? When was I born? I don't care. I just want to remember something. A-G. A-G. Age? My age is a secret. Age? 18. Years? I look like 18? Look at how happy she gets. Yeah. So, like I said, I remember her being very obsessive over, like, looking young. And whenever, like, anyone says that she looks young, she's like, I look like 18? Oh, you flatter me. Oh, do I really look that young? Oh. I am 18 years old, he says. Oh, you met your own age. And I already thought you started flattering me. Oh, you flatter me. You think I look 18? Alright, moving on. Here we go. Here we go. To be quite honest, I only had a vague feeling about actually being 18. It felt as if my spirit had stayed young forever and just my silly body had continued aging. Just when I asked myself about my age, the number 18 floated to the surface. I see, so you are 18 and you don't remember anything other than that. How about until you remember your own name, we give you a name that is written as 18 in Japanese, with the reading Toya. This is Toya. Hachijo Toya. How about it? She's Ikuko. This is Toya. Yeah, I think that's quite manly. I've chosen well. Yes, yes. Hachijo Toya, he says. Okay. And from then onwards, I became known as Hachijo Toya. I was being told that my body couldn't move properly because of a traffic accident I had been in. I was hit by a car right there on that day, and then apparently picked up by Ikiko, who found me collapsed. The unkind thought that it must have been her and no other who had hit me on that day The unkind thought that it must have been her and no other who had hit me on that day came too sometimes, but I drew it back once I saw that there was not even a scratch on the bumper of her car. There's a cat. Oh, there's Bird! I continued my rehabilitation slowly, while I was being taken care of at her house. Step by step, I regained control over my body. There he is. Yeah, Toya! The impairment of my brain wouldn't get better. Who in God's name am I? If what she says is true and my memory is faulty, then whose are the sceneries and words and thoughts that keep flashing in the depths of this mind? The frustration of not knowing my own identity. Or identity, I guess, in the manga saying. As well as the splitting migraines that kept torturing me whenever I tried searching for it, kept tormenting me. The memory of being 18 was the only thing that came back to life, and even for that I had no certainty of it being true. Before long I was set on accepting being a new human given the new name of Hachijo Toya in order to escape the headaches, and I abandoned remembering my prior self. Okay, it's raining. Good morning, Toya. Did you sleep well despite the horrible storm yesterday? No, I couldn't find any rest at all. But he's eating breakfast, I guess. He's eating good. He is being treated properly here. On rainy days, I am just so restless. Okay, so the OST is finished. Alright, let's reset it. Reset. Come on. OST. There we go. On rainy days, I am just so restless. That's why I read the manuscript you wrote last night. Read the manuscript you wrote last night. On rainy days, he says, he's so restless. That makes sense considering what happened on such a rainy day before. My, and how far did you get to read it? I read all of it. That is quite something. To read the manuscript of that length in just one night? I was really surprised. He became totally entranced and then read through it in one go, as if you just flew over the sentences. It seems like you're quite crafted at speed reading. So how was it? Honest impression. It was really good. You should just maybe insert an explanation of the ocean currents, or else it's unfair as a detective novel. But it was so good that there was foreshadowing about the ring from the very beginning. I unconsciously started growling when I read over that part again. But that feeling is the epitome of detective fiction, I think. Look at her face. I think I said something rude. I'm sorry. No! Why are you apologizing? I'm just surprised. Such accurate impressions are absolutely worthy of praise. Are you a literary critic by any chance? You seem to even have some talent as a mystery author yourself. She asked him if she asked a guy who doesn't remember anything about his past if he's a literary critic or not. Tough to say. Detective novels, author, critique, a mystery, battle, battler. Is that me? Am I battler? Okay. I have this feeling that I exchanged arguments about this topic before. Thank you. It's better already. Toya, if you want, you can have surgery anytime. Brain surgery. If I undergo that surgery, even if there is no guarantee that it will restore my memory, it would at least lessen the frequency of the headaches, the doctor said. No, I have already gotten used to these headaches being a part of me. Actually, I was afraid that the true me, sleeping somewhere in my brain, might get hurt during surgery. I am now a new person called Hachijo Toya, and I have to get used to this new life. Gradually, my interest shifted towards Ikiko. She was a peculiar woman. She was way too rebellious. She lived in this mansion that she got from her parents in terms of being disinherited. While making her servants do everything for her and living a life in luxury. That is pretty luxurious life though. Like, your parents give you a mansion, all for you, and servants, and she can do basically whatever she wants throughout her days. And what, does she even work? Nah, all she does is just read mystery books and detective novels, and write, I guess, her own detective novels and books. I mean, if she was a professional writer and making money off it, sure. But I mean, I'm pretty sure she's not even doing that, right? I mean, she ends up writing forgeries, but still, as it stands before Toya was thing, all she was doing was just lazing about in this mansion. Like, come on, bro. She's not even like doing work for society or anything, right? I don't really know the details of Ikiko's life, but okay. She seems to have never been that sociable. There's not even friends coming to visit her. The only company to talk with she has is me and her cat. She seems to be at an age where she would be just about still marriageable. Just about still marriageable. Hey. Come on, don't insult her like that. Ikiko's still young, alright? She can still get married whenever she wants. I mean, that's what he says about. Not just about, don't say it like that. But practically being retired in a place like this, it's no wonder she doesn't meet anybody. I suppose she must have already given up on marriage. Or maybe she just doesn't want to. That's also a fine choice. She could choose not to get married. Her daily life is quite monotonous. Ordering or searching for mystery novels, or writing something herself. It was either one of those. At first I thought she was a professional mystery writer, but her drafts always ended up being clipped together and thrown on a pile of other drafts. I didn't ever notice her letting somebody beside me read them. So yeah, that's what I mean. If you're a professional mystery writer, then I can understand it. Then she's like working, like she got like some form of profession or job or career that she's getting, right? And that's where she's getting her income from. But right now she's not even getting any income, right? It's just her parents that are securing it for her. This is kind of nuts, if you ask me. Being an author is a profession where you make other people read what you have written. So somebody like her, who doesn't let anybody read what she writes, can impossibly call herself an author. Ikiko-san, why do you never show these drafts to anybody? I'm showing them to you. Of course, only the ones I'm satisfied with. It's kind of sad. I bet it would be great if you applied to a publisher somewhere. Can you really not call yourself an author if you don't share your stories with or what you write with anybody? I have seen somewhere before that someone said that the most important part, I don't know if it might have been Umineko actually, but the most important part of like writing a story is sharing it to others. And I've always been unsure if that's true or not. Is it really more important that you share the story with others, or is it more important that you write a story that you're satisfied with? I don't know. I've never written a story, to be fair, and I would hate being an author. I hate writing. I hate writing. It's always been my least favorite part of school in general. I dislike literary work and writing and that kind of stuff, which isn't great for me. But yeah, I really dislike it, and that's so I could just never be an author. Like being an author, in my opinion, sounds like the most boring, tedious profession ever. For me personally, like for me, I could never do it. Obviously, that's why different human beings exist, because there are human beings who like being authors, like, you know, maybe not Ikiko herself, but she does, I guess, end up being an author of these forgeries, and she also writes a lot. Again, I could never do this, right? I think the life that Ikiko is currently living, where she spends her days just reading and writing mystery novels, I could never do that. I'm saying that as I read Umineko, But even then, Umineko was more than just a mystery detective novel, to be fair, and even more than just that, I don't write. I don't. It's not like I write detective novels myself. So that I'm not quite like Ikiko. I'm not. And also, I don't spend all my days only doing this. Okay, this is only just a part of my day that kind of comes and goes. If that makes sense. Most of my day goes on to doing other things, right? Like this does not take the majority of my day. If this did take the majority of my day, then I would have been done with the Umineko a long time ago, right? Like there's not this much Umineko content that I'll be reading it for this many years and not be finished with it. If I was spending the majority of my day reading it, unless I was rereading it over and over. But yeah, I don't spend that much of my day reading Umineko. Okay, I'm showing them to you. Of course, only the ones I'm satisfied with. It's got a side up, but it would be great. Yeah, okay. My works are not pro material. I sent one in once, I guess, but it wasn't any good. It's nothing more than amateur entertainment. Somebody with knowledge of any kind of mystery novels and trends doesn't really have the right to call herself an amateur. A gourmet doesn't automatically make a good cook. This is no different. Damn, okay. Is it really fun to write novels that nobody will ever see? It was fun once. And now she wants to share them with you. Now it is fun to hear your impression, haha! I have finished the first chapter for the time being. I will have some tea ordered, so please let me hear your opinion on it. He smiles. No matter if it's reading or writing mystery novels, it just has to be boring if it is just on your own. Sharing your world with somebody, anything special will surely just grow larger, he says. Okay. Oh! Who's he remembering giving books to him? Oh! Okay. Yeah, he's getting flashbacks of Sean delivering books to him or mystery novels to him. Toya, I'm alright. More importantly, I am looking forward to reading the new chapter, he says. Okay. Down we go. Yo! A lot of things going on here. Okay. We spent our days together with discourses on mystery novels, as well as talking about new plots and ideas. And they're spending their days together. They're even gardening together and everything. Before I knew, I was lured in by her and stepped into the world of drawing up my own mystery novels. It seemed like my former self had possessed quite a talent for mystery novels, using intimate knowledge of famous mysteries and turning them on their heads by keeping thinking about new ideas to insert. She helped me cultivate that writing skill she had picked up upon. During these days of creating mystery novels as a team to amuse just the two of us, nothing really changed for the better. Yet we were content. This was my new life as Hachijo Toya. You really do live a long time, do you? That's burn. Could it be that you're actually a ghost cat? Yeah, really happy about that one. Toya, the manuscript is finished. Look at how happy she is to share it with him. So what do we do now? By doing this, the curtain is lowered on my mysterious tale of Kokushito, the end. This is in Japanese, I'm guessing. So in Japanese, it's supposed to be like this, yeah, because that's how Japanese is read, or at least at times it can be read like this, like top, bottom, right, left, right, like this, like the way my mouse is going. Japanese can be read like that in drafts like these, but it can also be read, I'm pretty sure, left to right, like in the English or many other languages, not just English, but the English is an example of reading left to right. But Japanese can be read left to right, like this, horizontally, and it can also be read top to bottom, from right to left. It's really cool, isn't it? Very flexible, in a sense, I guess. So what do we do now? I used your plot. Well, I mean, technically English can also be read top to bottom, but I mean, it's not. It's not like it's not commonly done in the same way it is in Japanese, right? Anyway. So what we do now? I used your plot, but I made the tragic love story of Tsujiko even sadder at the end. I think that's great. With the last farewell being really sad, it didn't just work out as a detective novel, but as a general piece of fiction too, he says. It was only because I had your great plot as a basis. Compared to this work, all my previous attempts are nothing more than scrap paper. I felt so enthralled while writing, being the first in the world to actually read it. It's the first time I ever felt this way. Look at how happy she is. I only put some ideas out there. No story's finished with just ideas. You were the one who made it possible for them to bloom into a proper story like this. So, Toya puts out the ideas and Ikiko connects them together and builds upon them. This is a masterpiece that you don't need to hide from anybody. You're right. It is the greatest piece of fiction I've ever created. So let's celebrate. Woo, let's eat and drink. Ikiko-san, I have a proposition to make. May I? Let's hear it. When it comes to your ideas, I will always lend you an ear. Unless I'm in the shower or on the toilet. Makes sense. good to make, or unless you're sleeping, right? Like, good to make, like, some cutoff points. You can't always be available. Why don't we try and hand in our joint piece of work? That's his proposition. Look at her face. Oh, I have never read any piece of fiction better than this. I bet a lot of people will come up dying to read this. But I also thought so back then. And then in the end, I firmly believe in your talent, Ikiko-san. How about you? I also firmly believe in your talent. Then it's decided. To your major debut, Ikiko-san. To your major debut, Toya. Alright. And they're cheering together, alright. Boo! Yeah! Alright, and there's Bern, there's a servant. And they're getting drunk together, having fun. She's also showing the manuscript to her servant. Nice. Alright, they're done eating. And they're done drinking, seems like. Of course, I totally forgot, Toya. I also thought about opening this here once we finish the manuscript. Well, you didn't open it. Ikiko-san, I can't drink anymore. I'm tired. It's alright, Toya. This is something which might be way better than alcohol. Yeah, doesn't look like alcohol, but I can't. So tired. Ooh. Headaches. Ooh. Rain. Oh, did he sleep a little bit? And now he's woken up. Golden Slaughter playing in the background. Ikiko's writing on her computer. Oh. Actually, what time is it? If she has a computer, and what year is this? Depends on how long Bachelor spent in here. But yeah, nah, I guess. Would they have had this in 1986? I'm so dumb when I'm so ignorant when it comes to like historical events of even recent years. 1986, did they really have a computer and PC, like a keyboard setup like this? I guess they must have. Now they must have. Especially if you're a rich woman like Ikiko. Like you could definitely afford this and like have this, you know? Even if it was a new thing. Yeah, no, that must be dumb. Yeah, I'm probably just being dumb. Yeah, I thought it wasn't until the late 80s, but 1986, they had this. They had this. You know what? I'm not gonna talk anymore so as to not be extremely ignorant and so y'all don't laugh at me even though you probably already are. Alright, my fault, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't live in the world of 1986, okay? My fault. I was alive back then, alright? I'm not like Angie. Angie was born in 1980. That's crazy. Like, to me, like, if you're born in 1980, right, you're a proper adult now, right? You're approaching your middle ages if you're born in 1980 in today's world. But, you know, I'm not Angie or Battler. But Battler was born in 1968. Battler is young. I've just made the realization now. Battler is younger than my mother. I can't believe that. Wait, is Ikiko younger than my mother? No, she wouldn't be. No, Ikiko would be older than my mother. I mean, yeah, cause she's, cause she in 90. This is 1986, and Batman said that she was an age where she's still barely marriageable, whatever that means. Yeah, no, my mother was 1986. How old my mother had been in 1986? Nah, definitely young. Nah, definitely younger than Ikiko. But my mother is older than Battler. Older than Battler, but younger than Ikiko, I think. So she was older than 18 years old at this point. However old Ikiko is, I don't know, but yeah, she would have been. Yeah. Would my dad have been older than Ikiko though? Ooh. Ooh, how old is Ikiko? 1986? I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute. Nah, I think she would have been. It all depends on the age gap between Battle and Ikiko. But I think she might have been older than my dad as well. I think so. I think so. I don't know, it might be close. They might have been born around the same time, around the same year. Anyway. Point being, I didn't exist in 1986. That's my point. Alright, anyway. Okay, Batter's woken up. Or Toya. Wow, I call him Batter. But y'all know this already, it's Batter. Ikiko-san, please turn the lights on. It's not good for your eyes to sit at the computer in the dark. Oh, did I wake you up? No, the sound of the rain. And the wind seems so strong. The rain gutter will clutter with leaves again. Oh. Rain, just like on that day when I was picked up by Ikiko. Man, Toya really doesn't like the rain, huh? Gives him bad vibes. You're quite enthusiastic about the computer lately. Was there some interesting article on the internet? Internet? 1986, you know. Am I really that ignorant? I really thought that the internet wasn't a thing before the early 90s. No, I thought the internet became like a thing in 1992 or something. 1993, something like that. I did not think it was anything in 1986. I did not believe that. Wow. But then you know, when I find old forums, the oldest forums I find are always from the 90s. I can't I guess that's also a question. Did they even have a forum in the 80s? Well, I guess that wasn't even a thing. I can't find any internet articles from the 80s or internet things from the 80s. Like the earliest I can find are from the mid 90s. Like I've seen people like post things in like 1996 or whatever on the internet, but I haven't seen anything older than that really, like in the mid 90s. So I always had the impression that, oh yeah, the internet was probably a thing like since the early 90s, right? But wasn't the internet first originally like meant to be like an email service, right? And then it was made to a bigger thing. It was originally meant for like people to send digital mail to each other in a sense. Wasn't that how it started? I heard that was the story of how the internet started, and then it became a bigger thing. But I always thought that was how it started in the 90s. I didn't think it was a thing in the 80s. I mean, it also depends on. It could be that it's been a couple of years since Toya has been with Ikiko. I mean, this could, for all we know, this could be the early 90s. Who knows? Maybe it's been 5 years since Toya has been living with Ikiko. Maybe. And then the year would be 1991, in which case the internet is a thing. Or maybe the internet has been a thing since 1986, and I'm just very ignorant about the history of the internet, which is honestly very, very likely. Like, completely likely. I'm not going to deny that I'm ignorant about history, internet history like that, and computer history in general. Alright. Well, I think it's complete hogwash. It is quite fascinating, she says. Toya, what do you think are the motives for people to kill one another? Is that material for a new novel? Social standing, honor, revenge, money? Things like that, right? In the world of mysteries, yes. But in reality, overwhelming numbers are unplanned, sudden murders resulting out of a trivial quarrel or some strange tension just in that moment. This is true. Like, you'll be surprised that a lot of like murders, quote unquote, aren't like really like, you know, these premeditated, like, oh, super detail, I'm gonna kill this person like this. It's like a lot of like deaths or murders really happen when you, two people aren't really like one person has been planning to kill the other person at that moment. They just kind of start quarreling all of a sudden, and then someone has a gun for something or all for a reason starts beating the other, and then oh, well, I accidentally killed him. I didn't mean to do that, right? Especially in the United States, like where guns are legal and everybody just has a gun, right? Like the amount of times I hear stories of people, all of a sudden someone pulled a gun out and shot someone. Oh, they're dead. Okay, well, that's tough. That's tough, right? Like, you know what I mean? If guns were in the thing, I mean, obviously guns are a thing, but let's say guns were the thing, I'm sure a lot of like deaths would have been avoided in the US just based off the fact that someone wouldn't just pull one out and shoot, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, someone could, I don't know, maybe pull a knife out, but a knife isn't as immediately dangerous as a gun, right? Like, someone with a knife doesn't necessarily immediately go all the way to killing the other person, right? Like, he can be stopped, or maybe, even if it's not a knife, even if they just use their fist to beat the other person, like, beating someone else isn't gonna kill immediately. But you shoot one bullet at someone, good chance they're dying. I mean, not necessarily, but depends on where you hit them, how vital of a spot it is, but you get the point. From a psychological perspective, men do it for social standing or fame, or even to make... We're stopping this OST here. I feel like this OST we should play this color. This color should be played during the confession, because the next part is the confession of the Golden Witch. Yeah, we're gonna leave this color for that part. I don't really know what confession is gonna be all about, but I want to leave that OST, or even can we skip the OST? Just straight up skip it. Is it continuing here? And the OST goes on for a while. Holy god, the OST goes on for 5 minutes. Yo. Oh no, okay, you know what? Okay, that's the end of this color. Alright. From a psychological perspective, men do it for social standing, or fame, or even to make a lover forever theirs. Kenzo! Alright. Women do it to escape from somebody who keeps them bound. Alright. And most indiscriminate killers do it out of a suicide wish. They recreate themselves in a way that they are worthy of death and commit murder to give themselves determination to end it. Huh? You mean like serial killers type B? Are you thinking about creating a story where motive is the main theme next? Hehehehe. It is really fascinating. That Rocky Jima incident we had been talking about. Look at her face. Whoa. Rockin' Jima? A few days ago we talked about the Rockin' Jima mystery, right? That incident where the culprit, motive, even the circumstances of the day of the crime remain a mystery. A few days ago we talked about the Rockin' Jima mystery, she says. Okay. Okay, wait. The incident where culprit, motive, even the circumstances of the day of the crime remain a mystery, and that is booming right now on the net. The theories and thoughts about it, and among them those forgeries, they are really fascinating. Forgeries are written on the hypothesis that there exists more than that one message bottle signed by Ishiro Mamoriya that drifted ashore on that neighboring island. Here, look at this. A few days ago, I picked this up at the ocean near the road where I picked you up, and I thought we would read it together. You picked what up? Confession? Is that it? Oh, this is different from the visual novel, if that's confession. I mean, this would be a great lead into Confession of the Golden Witch. I picked this up at the ocean near the road where I picked you up, and I thought we would read it together. But more than a forgery, its content was like the message bottle from And Then There Were None? Huh? Like Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None? I mean, obviously Agatha Christie's everywhere in Umineko, right? Like she inspired Umineko in many ways, right? Umineko's came. Okay. A lot of Umineko's story was inspired from Agatha Christie's novels, and then there were none. I think there's clean inspiration from that story, even though I've never read it myself or seen any of its movies. Oh, though he's looking at it, or Batman, yeah. But its content was really interesting. Maybe by some chance, an author of really elaborate forgeries lives just close by. Or this might even be the real deal, a message bubble by the culprit. His content was really interesting, she says. Rokkenjima explosion accident occurred on October 5th, 1996 at 24 o'clock on Rokkenjima within the Izu archipelago. It is rumored that, seeking after the great fortune and hidden gold of family head Ushima Kinzo, a fight where blood was avenged by blood broke out among the family members, but the truth is still within a cat box. Going by the scale of the explosion, it is hard to think of it as a mere accident, and the likelihood of a planned mass murder is high. Survivor Ushima Eva keeps her silence. Following her death, she escaped harm by being absent on said date. Ushima Angie will inherit her whole fortune. Took over raising Angie immediately after the incident. Makes one consider it being a part of a performance. Ushima Angie. Who are these voices calling out my name? I don't know them. Toya? That is not my name. Ah! Oh boy. Oh, there's Toya and there's the family members of that day of Rokkenjima. Alright. Help me, Iku, Ko, and he collapses. Toya! Toya! Confession of the Golden Witch is the interlude. Next chapter. Alright. We're gonna have it off there, guys. I have an appointment to go to, as y'all know, but next time we read the confession. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, but we're ready to read it. Alright, next time we're gonna binge through these 3 confession chapters, and we'll see what happens after that. Alright, I'm excited. We're gonna stop this here. We're gonna go back to the start of this color. I think it was like here. Should start soon. This color. There it is. Alright, we're gonna go to the start of this color. Next time, y'all, I'll meet y'all at Confession of the Golden Witch. I hope you guys enjoyed this part at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And yeah, y'all, if you're as hyped as I am for Confession, come next time, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And I gotta hurry over, so goodbye, y'all. Alright. Peace.